sit there and just listen. If the record is 9 minutes long, I don't know, somewhere around 6:34 or something like that, you will hear something incredible happen, and it only lasts for maybe like about 3.1 seconds. And you'll be like, yo,
What?
did you hear that? That right there is what inspires me to start making a beat. You know, stuff
The ear
like
you
that.
have to have for that.
Huh?
The ear you would have to have for that.
Well, but like I said, before you even have the ear, you got to have the love, and then second, you got to have the patience, because a lot of people, they don't have the patience to sit and listen to everything. You know how many albums I have? I have like a basement full of records across the span of albums, 45s, even CDs too, 12 inches and all of that kind of stuff. I have hundreds of albums that I never even listened to yet.
Man.
Yeah, just from being out there, from digging and just buying stuff, I brought it home. I might have like dropped the needle and listened to a couple of records. But then I'm busy, I got a lot of stuff to do. So I have hundreds, thousands of albums that I never even actually fully listened to them. So there's so much more for me to hear and to discover too. That's a good thought. That's a good thing to know. There's more to come from Easy Mo B.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that even gives, new meaning to the word flavor in your ear. Like, because that's what it is for you. Like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You did that. Like, what you hear, it's almost like someone who is out or they're drinking wine, like a wine connoisseur. They're tasting it. They're just things that they taste that most people don't. And with you, it's like there are things that you hear that most people don't. But you bring it to light. You give everybody else an opportunity to hear it the way that you're hearing it.
And if you don't mind, I want to make sure that I say this right here, because there's a reason for the sound and the technique that I came up with, is because, at that time right there, okay, let's see, flavor in your ear. We started doing that around 93. But I remember right before that, about a year, maybe as much as 2 right before that, I was managed by Rush. That's right, Russell Simmons. Much respect to him, or y'all probably might not have even seen Easy Mo B, but they gave me a shot, and they signed me to Rush Producers Management. I had a manager back then. Her name is Francesca Sparrow. She heads up the production management over at Bad Boy right now to this day. But back then, when she was my manager, she passed out a memo to all the producers, and this memo had a list of artists on it, from Anita Baker to what was they? Tom, Keep On Slipping, Steve Miller Band. It had this long list of all of these. It had this long list of all of these different artists, and the memo. The purpose of the memo sent to all of us producers on the roster over there was to say, don't touch these artists, because sampling became an issue at that time, and there were certain artists who just did not want you to even think about going near their material. And, a lot of us will also remember that at that time right there, Biz Markie and his album, I Need a Haircut, it had a record, I forgot the record, but it contained the sample Alone Again Naturally by Gilbert O'Sullivan. Oh man, Biz got sued. De La Soul with 3 Feet High and Rising, they went through sampling issues and lawsuits and everything. So at that time, when I was doing what I was doing, what I was trying to prove and to show was that you can make original music with samples without taking long, obvious loops. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
What if I just took like a guitar, and transposed it and played something back original? What, are you going to sue me for that?
Wow.
No, yeah. So, and with Flavor in Your Ear, there's this old artist named Bohannon. His full name is Hamilton Bohannon, but he was like a early funk / disco artist. And when I was over there at Rush, he kept calling into the management over there and telling Francesca, he said, I know my record is up in there, in that Flavor in Your Ear record. And she told him, she said, no, it is not. I spoke with Easy Mo B. He's an honest dude, and he told me he did not sample or take anything from your record. The record that he thought that I took something from was called Save Their Souls. All of y'all beat diggers out there, y'all know that beat. You know that. But he thought that I took something from that record, and I didn't. So just another example that, you know, somebody just could not believe that I came up with something original. Us hip-hop artists and producers, we're original too. We're musicians too. You can think of us as musicians too, you know?
Yes. Yes, you can. I have a newfound appreciation and respect for producers in this game. You know, prior to getting involved in it, I was just one of those people. You know, you would listen to it, see the music videos, but you never quite thought about everything that, you know, went behind it. And over the past, I would say 3 to 4 years, that's when I started learning all that it took and everything that you have to go through and, you know, what really makes that artist come to life. And it is that beat. It is that producer. It will bring that artist's voice or their talent. It will bring them to life.
Yeah, I was. Excuse me.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and the reason why I was so forceful with it, excuse me if it seemed like I cut you off, is because I just can't go without letting people know that, see, what you see me do, I am as a result of all that came before me. You know what I mean? Like everybody,
right.
Like everything comes from something. And I say, like, if you're a musical artist, you didn't just wake up just making songs or doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You were inspired by somebody. So for me, number one at the top of the list is Marley Marl. Marley Marl is the one that really made me say, okay, that's it. I want to do this. Along with him, also there's the Bomb Squad, which was the production force behind Public Enemy. They didn't make beats. They didn't make tracks. They made collages. Like they beats. You go back and listen to Public Enemy beats. It wasn't like just a beat. It was like what it takes for a painter to do like a painting. It was a collage. It's real special. Also, you got Howie T, Herbie Lovebug, who is responsible for most notably for Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
And Kitten Play. Jazzy J. These are some of my early influences and the people who made me want to do it. So I could never ever do an interview and sit up here and talk about me without mentioning them. They are the reasons why, you know, finally I came along and said, you know what, I want to do it.
Nice.
So that's the reason why I cut you off.
It's okay. This is all about you, Easy. It is all about you. They hear my voice every Thursday from 7 to 9. So, you know, it's all about you. I just, you know, have to say it's amazing because you're so humble. You know, to be in the game the way you were all up in it. I mean, you were the game. You are the game. You are hip-hop. And
yeah, but you gotta understand that you gotta understand the era that I come from, though. You know, the era that I come from is kind of different. You know, the era that I come from, say like in 1988, you know, Eric B. and Rakim was out just as well as Stevie Wonder or such and such or whatever other great artists would have an album out at the same time. And I think back